Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons, make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So yeah, we are doing finally the video dogfighting between the F-4S and some other phantoms, especially the F-4J as you see over here. So the objective was to actually see if you can actually have an advantage having the slats that the F-4S has. And as you see on the one turn, on the one circle, sorry, we already know that it is, you can feel the difference. Look at this, you just can feel the difference. The aircraft is much more responsive, so it is indeed better than the F-4J. And obviously it is the only like in-game difference to the F-4J, so it kind of makes sense, right? And yeah, a lot of people were asking me to actually do this, so here we are. As you see, one circle again, just very easy to get the nose on the target compared to that. We are not doing head-ons, specifically head-ons, and we are only using 20 minutes, and sometimes in the next ones I will be doing with less fuel to try to beat some of other aircraft, and we are using the cannon. These aircraft without the cannon, it's supposed to win a dogfight against any F-4, basically any F-4. It's supposed to be the most maneuverable F-4 ever. But the thing is that you don't have an internal cannon, so obviously you need to take the gun pod if you are doing a dogfight. I normally play with only missiles, but still. And here you see that it is very close though, and you need to control your airspeed fairly well. Because the F-4 has a very tiny kind of, how do I say this, like a gap of speed that the aircraft actually turns better. So you do need to be careful on that. He kind of shot me on a head-on there, but wasn't too much, but it was more of my fault that I just didn't manage to keep the best speed of the F-4S, and then I basically died because of that. I had no rudder, so I couldn't aim properly. As you see, the aim is just going completely out of the place. So yeah, it's just to the aircraft not having a rudder anymore. But yeah, it is indeed a very good premium. I think it is one of the best in the game. Let's be honest, MatAWG F1, even the Draken sometimes, they can be some difficult aircraft. I think the F-4S is one of the best, but it's not as close. It's not as good as the MiG-23, and even I would say, I mean, the F-4S is indeed better in a sense of capabilities against the SAL MiG-21 Beast, right? But the MiG-21 Beast, if you know what you're doing, can beat any F-4S anytime. So it's more due to the pilot, but still. And here we have against the Kurnas, or any F-4E, so yeah, it's just not possible to beat this thing on a one circle. It really is impossible. And even though, yes, technically the Kurnas is heavier with the gun on the nose, it is, I think, still a little bit lighter, or maybe it's the drag of the gun pod, but I think the gun pod just makes it so that it cannot compete. And I was thinking of actually doing some dogfights with just without the gun pod, just the aircraft itself, but there is no point because, I mean, if you're not going to try to kill the other target, I mean, just whatever, right? So yeah, as you see, it can be done to actually go and do the same kind of turn as the Kurnas, but the slightest mistake that you do, it will just render you useless and you will basically die. So it is not a very easy aircraft to beat in a dogfight, most of the aircraft that you will see. I mean, it is an F-4E. It is not an aircraft that is, you know, we're fighting an aircraft that is already kind of a bus, and we are losing it. So you can see that it is problematic. But indeed, it is very fun. Here we are trying to do the two circle to see if I have a chance. I have more time to go for a head-on pass over here. We are not doing head-on, so I just go for the one circle again. And I just lose so much speed turning. It feels like a bus. And sorry about the Discord sound. And then he almost died crashing there. The F-4 is indeed a very heavy aircraft. Kind of don't like it to fly, it's just too heavy. And I just completely missed that, I don't know how. And yeah, I really don't know how I lost that shot. You have to use the flaps, you have to use the slats. He just damaged me, and from now on, he's kind of useless to even do anything about it. I mean, it's just the aircraft takes one shot and it loses a part of the aircraft, and then you're done. So I don't know, I still think that it is one of the best aircraft in the BVR department as a premium. It really is. The radar is limited in some aspects, but it's still a very good, powerful radar. And of course, with the M7Fs, you can hit targets from far away. But if it comes down to a dogfight, you will lose for most of the aircraft that you will fight. I mean, I cannot think about an aircraft that it's just harder to fly in a dogfight than this. Maybe the F-4's, but then you at least have a little bit more power. I don't know, it's just, yeah. There it was kind of a head-on, so I just decided to not fire. I fired a little bit, but yeah. So as you see here, it is manageable to actually try to hit him. So it is down to the pilot as always, but it has problems. It is still better than the F-4J, but it does have problems. As you see, I managed to kill him. So many hits and no kill yet. So I had to just maintain the flaps and try to make a kind of a roll over the aircraft and make him actually gain a bit of speed so that I can actually hop on his 6. And he's burning, and another kill. So yeah, so it depends on the pilot. You can do it, but it's not easy. And the last couple of dogfights that we did was against the MLD. Yeah, the MLD is a little bit better, and ignore that. It is a little bit better than the ML, but my friend there didn't have the ML, so we just used the MLD to just kind of show that if the MiG-23 doesn't know what he's doing, you can beat it, but it is really hard. It really is hard. If the MiG just focus on a rate fight or something like that, or even an energy trap, you're done. You're basically done. And there's nothing you can do. Even in the BVR, to be honest, I really enjoy more of the MLD's radar than this, especially because the R-24 has a type of inertial system, which means that you can actually lose the lock and reacquire the lock, and you will still get the target. While on the M7F, you will just basically lose the missile. So yeah. So here he's just trying to make me like lose energy and do an energy trap on me, but yeah, he wasn't actually thinking about that I had the energy to get him, but I did. So if the pilot actually doesn't pay attention, the MLD can be beaten, but it's more due to that pilot just that way. He was just playing around basically, because if he actually pay attention like he's doing right here, there is no chance of the F-4 actually being alive. I mean, he's just on my 6 and I have nothing that I can do. I try to get some speed over here to maybe try to lose him a little bit, maybe make him overshoot, as I'm going to try in a bit, or even an energy trap, but the R35 engine is just too powerful. So the thing that you have to take from this is that this is an 11.3 aircraft. The MiG-23 ML, MLD, and MLA are all 10.3, 11.3, sorry, I meant 11.3. The Mirage 2000 is 11.3. There are many aircraft that are very far from this, far superior than this aircraft in the same BR. And that's not its fault, it's not fault of the F-4S, but you have to have that in mind, that until they increase the BR of the MLD, the Mirage, and some others, it will be the same BR as very, very advanced aircraft, and you will lose most of the fights if you try to do something about this like I am doing this. I would never advise you to go for a dogfight in an F-4 against MLD like this. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, leave it in the comments what you think about the F-4S, if he manages or not this BR, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye.